Here at Big Ten Media Days in Chicago, Doug Lamarice, Tim Bielik, Bill Landis, and shortly, Urban Meyer will be sitting up here to answer more questions from the gathered reporters, some of them about firing Zach Smith. Urban on Tuesday morning answered a few questions about that. Tim Bielik, did you find out everything you wanted to know about Urban Meyer and Zach Smith and this situation and the domestic abuse allegations and what led to Smith's firing, or is there more you want to know?
I think there's a little more we want to know as far as, particular kind of what happened in 2015. I feel like that wasn't addressed a little bit when he really found out about it, because we know that stuff really surfaced Monday night. The 2009 stuff he was pretty candid about, saying that he spoke to both Zach and Courtney about the situation. And then he also talked about when he just found the news, in his words, he pressed pause about what was going on, reassessed. And then obviously Monday night, the news came down to fire that Zach Smith was fired. So I'm curious, kind of what happened in 2015. That's still kind of the question mark to me.
So there were domestic abuse, a situation where police were called in 2009 in Florida with Zach Smith and his pregnant wife then. And there's a report that there was something else in 2015, but yet there's some conflict about what exactly happened there, and Urban Meyer didn't know about that and questioned whether something really happened there. Part of this is Zach Smith, right? But part of this is Urban Meyer. Do you think, I don't know how to phrase this, Bill, but how bad is this for Urban Meyer potentially? Or is it a situation where you're the employer, one of your employees does some things, maybe you give him a second chance, and then you finally fire him, and that makes sense? Is there something that could be bad for Urban Meyer out of this?
I think the only thing that potentially makes it really bad is if something did happen in 2015 and Urban either is lying about it or trying to cover it up, or was negligent and didn't find out about it and then let Zach Smith coach his receivers for another 3 years after a second incident of alleged domestic abuse against one of his position coaches. We don't know. We're trying to dig into that. We're trying to dig into what is going on with that 2015 report. But very reputable reporters have reported that something happened, even though Urban Meyer says he looked into it and nothing happened. So that to me is a sticking point for this potentially getting significantly worse than it is right now. I think as it stands right now, not that it's a good excuse, but to say that you are aware of 2009, you kind of help a couple through it. Urban also suggested that what is in that police report is not necessarily what was reported to him. So maybe he didn't have a total understanding of what happened in 2009. If that's it, and nothing comes up in 2015, I think Urban is okay. If it comes out that something did happen in 2015 and Urban is either covering it up or doesn't know about it, then it becomes bad.
Again, we're writing about this at cleveland.com. Bill has a story up that covers everything that Urban Meyer has said so far. We're at a break Tuesday where they're doing the Big Ten luncheon, so we have about a 4-hour break in between talking with Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer will have a 1-hour session with reporters where he'll sit here, we'll sit there, and we're going to ask him more about the Zach Smith situation. Then he'll be asked about some things going on with the team otherwise. But we have several more questions in an attempt to clarify. We want to clarify. I don't know that we're going to get 100% of the facts today, but these are two highly paid employees of a public institution who work with teenagers every day. So it's reasonable to have to ask Urban Meyer about Zach Smith, not just once, but as many times as he'll allow it, to get as much information about this as we can. This is not digging into a teenager's life. These are grown-ups, and they need to answer for this. So we'll keep reporting. We'll keep writing. Stick at cleveland.com. He's Tim. He's Bill. I'm Doug. We'll see you guys later.